here. I got an opportunity. First of all, I would like to thank sir for giving me this opportunity. And in the past, this coming days, I'll be handle this current affairs for your prelims exam. And it's not only prelims exam, but also it will be continuation in the mains exam as well. So we'll see that today's topic I'm taking is international relations. And international relations, as such, it is a syllabus of mains exams, but in the prelims they're asking more on relation to some organizations or when the countries are is in news, like, so we're going to see. And I'm going to handle it very clearly and elaborately. Let's see and we'll start. So this is like, first I'm going to take it, the international organizations. Okay, so first our, because whatever the countries are there in the news, unless and until you don't know the location and about what country and this country is a member of which organizations, you will not connect it. Okay, so because normally the news will be there in relation to any other organizations or something, so though you can easily connect it. So we'll start with East Asia Summit, and it is a map also. So my suggestion is, with my class, if you're keeping your atlas also with you for your knowledge, because as much as possible, I'm providing map here, but at the same time, when you are also keeping the atlas, and if you'll see, then it will be good for you. Okay. So now we'll first see the East Asia Summit. See, it is in the news because India hosted an East Asia Summit conference. Okay, see, this is East Asia Summit conference and East Asia Summit is different. First, we'll see that why it was in the news. It was in the news because India hosted, and when something hosted by India or something which is India is a part of that, it will be always a very important. You can expect the questions in your prelims, as well as there can be a question if it is not in prelims and mains also. So India hosted an East Asia Summit conference in Chennai with a focus on maritime security. This was the actually news. But in that news, what we are trying to see is actually what is East Asia Summit first, because they are going to easily target you in the prelims exams about this organization. So we should know that why this is in the news. So first is East Asia Summit conference is something in which East Asian countries are coming together and they are choosing one particular topic. Now this year topic India hosted was maritime security, and I suppose like maritime security means the region of, East Asia, like South China Sea, and this is the China. Okay, this is the China, this is the India, and these are the region. These are the region in which, the India is taking care to counter the China. Actually, China want to capture all these places and they are just want to dominate this place, and India want to uh, counter the China. That is why always the East Asian nations are with the India's corporations. We are like always doing some kind of this kind of exercise and conferences. Okay, this is the news. So, and this organized by the Ministry of External Affairs. As you know that external affairs is related to international relations. Okay, so whenever you are taking and seeing any ministries or something, try to don't buy hard it. Try to understand why these ministers are there. Okay, these ministries always handle the international relation. So this conference is the fourth in the series. Okay, this was actually a fourth. First happened in New Delhi in 2015, then in Goa 2016, and in Bhubaneswar 2018. See, this is not so important, but might be they will give you in the statement that this is the third in the row. This East Asia Summit Conference was third in the row. The statement, if you don't know that this is the fourth in the series, then it is a waste and easily you will lose your marks, because it is a fourth in the series. Since 2015 to 2019, continuously India is handling. But see, again, 2017 is missing here. So you and if the statement is there continuously from 2015 to 2019, India is handling a East Asia Summit conference. That statement also will go wrong. So the thing you have to keep remembering, this is the fourth in the series, but it is not a continuous in the series. 2017 series was missing. Fine. Now we'll see the East Asia Summit. What is this East Asia? See, as I told you, this is the East Asia. When you are seeing from India, see from India to the east. Okay, India to the east. So eastern countries from the India. So East Asia Summit is an initiative of ASEAN. We'll see later what is the ASEAN. Okay, now for the time being, just you understand that it is a initiative of ASEAN, that is Association of Southeast Asian Nation. We'll see that what is the Asian countries also, and it's established in 2005. Now I am not telling you that uh, it is very difficult in the exam time that when it has established, when it has like a formation and it is a headquarter where it is very difficult to keep remember. 2-3 revisions it will go, then it will be easy, but keep some trick to remember this. For example, now I kept it like east. East is 4 letter. So okay, 4 plus next is 5. Keep some trick, okay? Anything we have to remember in the exam that whether it is right or whether it is wrong to eliminate the answer. So you can keep remember like east is four letter. So okay, it has established in 2005. Like that, it now I think you will not forget. So please remember it. It is established in 2005, and it is a unique leader led form of 18 countries. So here you have to keep remember that the formation is 2005, but the countries is how much? It is a 18 in number. Okay, so how you can keep remember 18? Might be this is a 8 plus 1 9, or anything like you can keep your trick also in that, and keep remember that East Asia Summit, it is a 18 country. Okay, and it is in the Asia Pacific region. Now see who are the members. See, whatever you have seen, first it is established in 2005. Now East Asia, it has a 18 member. All 18 members are who are the members. Okay, see, I told that this is a part of Asian nations. Okay, so there is a 10 member in Asian. So that 10 members is automatically a member in the East Asian Summit. This Brunei, these are the things, these are the countries are there, and you can see these are the countries. Okay, this is Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Myanmar. See the 10 countries you can see it here, plus 8 countries other than Asian country. But the remembering way how to keep remembering, see which are the countries it is not there which is nearby a neighboring country. For example, see, other than this, okay, there is a Malaysia is there, there is no Myanmar. So always there is a confusion between Malaysia and Myanmar. So keep remember, sorry, Myanmar is there, Malaysia is also there. So keep remember that these both are there. And other than this, some other countries you can see nearby, it is not there. So it's very easy to remember the countries which is not there. So my suggestion to you is always keep remember the countries which is not there in the list, which is the neighboring country of this. So here we can see that the 10 members, that is all this Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Singapore, Thailand, these are the Asian countries. Plus 8 other countries, Australia, China, India, Japan, New Zealand, Korea, Russia, and USA. Mind it here, China is also there, USA is also there, Russia is also there. Okay, so the 8 other country other than Asian is Japan, USA, Russia, Korea, New Zealand. Don't forget New Zealand. Normally, New Zealand is not a part of any other association, but here it is a part. So total, we have seen that this is a 18 country and 10 Asian country plus this 8 country, and India is a member. That is why India has conducted the conference. The conference topic of this year was maritime security. Okay. The inaugural of East Asia Summit was held in Kuala Lumpur. Where it is? It is a capital of Myanmar. Okay. So see, 14th East Asia Summit was held in Bangkok and it was held in 2019. So 2019 last summit, that is East Asia Summit. I'm not talking about the conference. I'm saying about the East Asia Summit held in Thailand. Okay. So the latest happened in Thailand. And India's membership, see, you have to always take care like India is a founding member or not. So here India is a founding member in East Asia. And the 14th East Asia Summit held in Bangkok, as we already seen. This represents the 54% of the world population and accounts for 58% of global GDP. See, the GDP will be high where the population will be high. And as you know that Asia is a very populous continent. So here the East Asian nations plus India plus USA plus Japan plus China, and you know that China and Japan is most populous country. So if two here, see, this is a hint actually. If some statement is there like more than 50% of the world population it accounts, or more than 50% of global GDP it has. So there is a hint that when there is a India and when there is a China, so there is a high possibility that the statement will be right. Okay, I hope you understand about this East Asia Summit. So we have seen that 18 countries plus 2005 is established time year, and the where it is held is Kuala Lumpur, and the recent summit held in Bangkok, that is Thailand. Okay, keep remember US is also a part. Fine. So I hope this is well understand. So this is also a fact. So these are the things we have already seen. But see, the priority of this East Asia is the area of regional cooperation. See, the first point you have to take care is when this summit has happened, when it is formed, India is a part or not, or the objective of that particular organizations. For example, now East Asia Summit, why the countries came together? Why there is a necessity? They thought like we have to come together as a 18 countries are there together for what reason? Okay, objective is very very important always. So the here the priority or the objective is see regional cooperation. I told that the South China Sea is very important as China is there in the East Asia Summit, but keeping them and it is something like tying a hand of China that see you cannot control us, you are also a part of this summit and we are also a part. So with all our consensus you have to take your decisions and you cannot control this region alone. Fine. So the objective of this is regional cooperation within the framework of East Asia Summit, and these are the related issues which they have to take care is environment, energy, education, finance, global health issue, and pandemic disease. See, this is the things. Now we are seeing that it is a COVID. We are suffering from. We are issues are something which is very very going worst, and it is a pandemic disease. I'm talking about COVID-19. Might be you can get an statement that East Asia Summit issues or priority is education, energy, finance, global health only. Or they can be a pandemic disease, but you cannot understand that it is a part of not. It is a part or not. Okay. So keep remember here, it's a natural disaster management and Asian connectivity. So on there is a sixth priority: energy, education, finance, health, pandemic, natural disaster management, and Asian connectivity. So mind it here, you can also easily see that the related issue which is not there, which is a very important, but it is not there. So you keep remember that okay, this is the not there. Okay, but for me, I think everything which is very important they have included: environment, energy, education. So here you can get an you know UPSC can ask you questions or they'll give you googly here. Education, okay, not at all part. But keep remember, South East Asian countries are coming to India and they are getting educated in the India's university. It is a well-known fact that from the ancient time itself, they are the country they are coming to India, and they are India is giving education in university, and there is a history behind that. So keep remember education, pandemic, disease, and natural disaster. This is the reason the sixth priority this is there and they are the part of together. Okay, and okay, so next we'll move on to BIMSTEC. So now I'm taking care of the East Asian side only. We have seen this area. This area we have seen. Okay. Now the second part association is coming, BIMSTEC, that is Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. See, for the prelims part, if you're not able to keep remembering the abbreviation and the full form of this, that is Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, it is fine. But for the mains exams, you have to write fully. So keep remember this and keep revised it. You definitely you will make it easy to keep remember all this. So see, BIMSTEC we are going to see, it is a disaster management exercise recently conducted in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. That is why it was in the news. Okay, and the topic was heritage structure protection. So for the protection of heritage, this exercise happened in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. So it is a second initiative. Okay, first happened last year, and this was the second initiative. Now about the BIMSTEC, as I told that first you have to keep remember why it is in news. Then you have to see it like what is the background, what is the BIMSTEC, what are the members and when it is formed. Okay, so BIMSTEC is a regional group of 7 members. Now we have seen that East Asia Summit, how many members? 18. When it is formed? 2005. How to keep remember? EAST 4 letter and 2005 is a 5. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, BIMSTEC is a 7 letter. Still there is a 7 member. So this is the hint that you can keep remember how many members are there. So BIMSTEC is a regional group of 7 members. Why it is a regional means? See, this is the regional. Surrounded, most of the countries will be bordered with India. Okay, so regional group of 7 members, that is Bangladesh, India, start with Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, here Sri Lanka, here Thailand, Bhutan, Nepal. Fine. And established in 1997 in the Bangkok Declaration. See, Bangkok Declaration, they are going to ask you that what is a Bangkok Declaration, and they will give you the BIMSTEC, ASEAN, East Asia Summit, like that. So you have to keep remember Bangkok Declaration means related to which they are talking about. So keep remember B for B. Okay, BIMSTEC is B, and here also B for B, Bangkok Declaration. The founding member is Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. So only 4 members are there. Okay, founding member is there. First, now we have a 7 members in BIMSTEC, but when they have found this BIMSTEC, it was a Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, and its secretariat is established in Dhaka. So keep remember Bangladesh here leading, and their secretariat is at Bangladesh. The capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka. And initially the economic bloc was formed with 4 members. So initially the name of BIMSTEC was this, BISTEC. Okay, that is Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, and EC for Economic Cooperation. Okay, so actually the BIMSTEC actually started for economic cooperation and started by 4 countries, that is Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. Now following the inclusion of Myanmar in 1997. So who was the 5th state country? That is Myanmar. The group was renamed as BIMSTEC, again Economic Cooperation. So that is BIMST and EC. Then in Nepal and Bhutan was the last country who included, and now this name has changed to BIMSTEC. Now it's very clear. B for B. So keep remember BIMSTEC, and its headquarters is in, and it has came into existence by Bangkok Declaration. Headquarter is in Dhaka. Fine. And startingly it was a founding member was 4 country. So the name was BIST EC, that is Economic Cooperation. Then Myanmar joined it, and then later the last was Nepal and Bhutan. So the name changed to BIMSTEC. Okay, these are the country. Keep remember here we don't have a Maldives or something. So keep remember here's a Myanmar and India's bordering countries are the part of BIMSTEC, that is a Bengal, Bay of Bengal. See, Bay of Bengal region. But in this Bay of Bengal, here Maldives is not there. Okay, so Myanmar is a part of Bay of Bengal. Thailand is a part of Bay of Bengal. That is why these countries are included in this association. Fine. So this is a BIMSTEC. Next, we are seeing European Union. I hope you will know that why the European Union is always in the news. It is the past 2 or 3 years continuously. European Union is in like it is in the news. So the reason was UK has officially left the European Union, and it has become the first country to leave the 28-member bloc. So usually European Union was 28 countries of European countries. Okay, now UK has left it. So now 27 countries are there only in European country. So as I told you, you have to know the reason, okay, why this is in news, and now you have to go with the background. Why I'm teaching you this with your own also. You can prepare anything if it is in the news coming here or today's newspaper or tomorrow newspaper. So you can also prepare your notes like this, like why this is in the news and the background of this. The students are doing mistake here, like they're expecting a question from the current affairs. Directly it will not be there. The background you have to manage it. The background you have to prepare it. So now this is the European Union. The European Union is an economic and political union. See, objective I said. Economic related to the economic region. That is why they are together. And political union. They have a union. They have a own parliament. They are having their own way to run, like it is like a country only. They have a own currency. Okay, so it is an economic and political union involving 27 European countries. So you have to keep remember there was a 28, but now there is a 27 countries, and it allows free trade. See, keep remember we are coming slide also. We are going to see which are the organizations which are there as a free trade, and is there India is also is a part of free trade or not. See here, India is not a part of free trade because it is a European country, and India is not in Europe. India is an Asian country. So European country and European citizenship were established when the this treaty, Maastricht Treaty, came into force. As we seen that some association, if it is forming, there is some kind of declaration has to be happened, or some kind of treaty has to be signed. Okay, so here the Maastricht Treaty is a base to form the European Union. Okay, so European countries, you can see with your atlas that this is Europe, means all these countries together they came up and they formed a some kind of association that is known it as a EU. Okay, this is the association, and it came into existence by Maastricht Treaty in 1993. See, years if you not remember also fine. It is no excuses can be there, but in the main exams you have to write. These are the countries it is a part. Okay, Iceland, Norway, no, all other countries are there, but I written these are the countries: Iceland, Norway, Switzerland, Bosnia, which is not a part of European Union. See, many countries are there. If you want to keep remember the name, it is not possible. It's very highly you need a revision to keep remember all the country. But see, it's very easy that what are the country which is not there you can keep remember. So see it, it is very less. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, less than 10. Okay, 10 to 12 will be there, which you can keep remember that these are the country which is not there a part of European Union, and the UPS is asking question related to this that see Russia, Belarus, Switzerland, these are not the part of European Union. And keep eye on the news also. Maybe in the coming years also some country can become a part of European Union also, or some country can be leave from the European Union as the UK has left it. For example, now this is a COVID-19 worldwide it is there. Now might be now the countries they will feel that it is a side effect of globalization. This is the side effect of association and organization. So we should not form this and we should not keep in the association. We should leave the association so that this kind of pandemic thing should not happen in future. Okay, so there can be a possibility that many countries will leave the union also now. So just keep your eyes in the current affairs. The union represents itself at the United Nations. Now, this European Union, it is a not only the association of, sorry, this is the European Union, it is not only the association of the European country, but also it is representing the United Nations, that is UN and WTO and G7 and G20. So European Union represent only in G20 or G7. No, it is in four, like, United Nations, WTO, G7, and G20. These are also the group of countries association we are going to see in the coming lectures also. Okay, so keep remember European Union is also representing in these four groups, and these are the countries which is not the part of European Union. See here, Switzerland, Bosnia, all these things are, they are the country, they are not the part. Okay, so keep remember this is a 27 now countries associated with European Union. Next we'll go to the Commonwealth. See, always we are listening in the news that Commonwealth countries are there. We have a Commonwealth games as well. Okay, so normally what do you mean by Commonwealth? We are seeing that many countries are not there. India's are winning the medals, but more than many countries are not participating, like US or something. It's not participating. Always we are questioning if you don't know the background. See, the Commonwealth is why it is in the news. First you have to see is Maldives rejoined the Commonwealth. Where the Maldives is, you have to see the location. Okay, the map, you go and see, it is in this area. This is India, so this is the region. Okay, so Maldives rejoined in the Commonwealth. Now the background about the Commonwealth is in 2016 actually Maldives pulled out of the Commonwealth. In 2019 they have rejoined it. Fine. So Maldives 2016 it left, and again they have came up. That is why these are in the news. So Maldives has been formally reinstated into the Commonwealth as a 54th member state. And about Commonwealth, we have to see that it is the British Commonwealth. See, the Commonwealth countries are those countries which were under the control of British. Okay, the British occupancy was there, and they are the country. For example, India is also a Commonwealth country. Okay, other countries other countries are also there in which the Britain has ruled, and all that countries came together. African countries are also there, in which they known it as a Commonwealth nation. Okay, so the organization of 54 state. Total we have a 54 state that were principally below the colonial rule of British government. Okay, now you are clear that Commonwealth countries are the countries which were under the British control. And how many countries are there? 54 countries. It operates by intergovernmental consensus of the member states. See, by the government, intergovernmental consensus of the member states. So the government of that particular countries are going to consult each other, and whatever the games related to, whatever the association, they have to come together. So it is not a private or something, it is a government, they are together. Established in 1949 by the London Declaration. So I told you, whenever you're going to see any organizations, you have to see by which declaration or by which treaty. So here, please remember common. You can keep remember anything common London or something like. Okay, so Commonwealth came in 1949. How to keep remember this year? See, India got independence in 1947. After 2 years, the Commonwealth nations formed, and India was almost a not almost like it was very late India got independence. So after 1947, Britain declared all independence to even the neighboring countries of India also. Okay, so India was mostly the last, one of the last countries the British went from India. So it was 1949, you can keep remember with the independence year, 1947 to 1949 by the London Declaration. And the last two countries to join the Commonwealth, please remember this is a Rwanda and Mozambique. Okay, these are the two countries who joined recently and have no historical ties with the British Empire. See, before it, the history should be there that the Britain should rule on that particular country, then only there can be a part of Commonwealth. But here now the history is changing now. There is no historical ties with this country, Rwanda and Mozambique. Okay, but now they have joined to Commonwealth. So might be that the statement is there that only the British controlled country can be there in the Commonwealth. The statement will not be right now because these two countries have recently joined it, which is not the history of anything ruling by the British. And India is a member of Commonwealth. So you have to see whether India is a member or not, which by which declaration it is came, in which year it has came, okay, and why it is in the news. So Maldives recently joined it, which it was there in the member. They have joined it as a 54th member, but they left it, and now she has joined it again in 2019. Okay, that is why this is in the news. So the next we are going to see is G20 meeting. So G20, if the number is high, no, it means that it is related to developing country. If the number is less, kind of like 7 or 10 or 9, then that country only will be the developed country. Okay, so this is the hint. So G20 meeting held in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Okay, keep remember that the latest meeting held in Saudi Arabia, and the fact is Saudi Arabia is the first Arab nation to hold the G20 presidency. So Arab nation, Saudi Arabia is the first country now who hold the G20 presidency. Now they have a presidency in their hand. That is why the meeting held in Saudi Arabia. And the theme was realizing the opportunity of 21st century for all. See, friends, here, please note it down. The theme of every other meeting is very, very important. Okay. Realizing opportunity of the 21st century for all. They will give you this in invited comma. In prelims exam, there is a high chance, and they will ask you this related to which meeting or this related to which organization recently held this, like that. So keep remember, this is very important. How to keep remember, this is a G20 meeting. G20 is a developing country, and developing country should get an opportunity. Like that, you keep remember, because this is a trick. Okay, I can understand that. I was also part of last year prelims, so this was a trick in which the prelims you cannot lose such kind of marks, in which other can lose the marks. See, every other students, if they are very hard worker, they can easily score in the history, geography, polity, economics and all. But current affairs issue or map related or international issues are the questions if they are asking in UPSC. High chance that 4 to 5 questions you can easily make out if you are very much, well prepared in this kind of area. Deciding factor in the prelims is only marks of 10, and the marks of 10 will be only the 5 questions, and the 5 questions can be this kind of questions in which other can lose their marks because they are not well prepared in this kind of area. But if you people will be very much familiar with this kind of tricks which UPSC is asking in the exam, you can easily get here 2 marks. So keep remember, developing country should get an opportunity. That is why this is the theme. So by seeing the opportunity in the exam, you should know that it is a theme of G20 meeting which held in the Saudi Arabia. So hope this kind of tricks is helping you, and in the um, in the kind of some kind of suggestion, or you can tell me that whether it helped you or not. So I'll be waiting for your comment also. See, next we're going to see is the 14th G20 summit was recently held in Japan. Actually, not recently, it was a last year. Okay, so recently it was this Saudi Arabia, and the last one was Osaka, Japan. See, the Osaka is a place. Keep remember, it is in the Japan. Fine, and it can be asked by the UPSC by giving this name also. Osaka meeting held last year. Okay, related to which organization or which meeting they are talking about. So please remember 2 names. Osaka, it last year it happened in Japan, and this year currently it happened in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Okay. Now India, what is the status of India in this? Is India will host this meeting in 2022. So India also will get a chance, and in 2022, see, always whenever there is a happening, okay, you keep remember that, always ask why it is happening. Why 22 is very important. It is a 75th year of independence. So 75th year of independence, India is going to host G20 meeting in India. Okay, and it is going to be the first time. Okay, and the first G20 summit was held in Berlin in 1999 and was hosted by Finance Minister of Germany and Canada. So here, the knowledgeable things we have to see is present theme is this. How to keep remember is developing countries should get the opportunity. Osaka declaration, Osaka meeting also related to G20. Okay, India will host in 2022, and it is the first time that India is going to host. And why it is in 2022? So this is not only for international relations. I'm saying it is 75th year of independence. You can expect any questions if it is 20 years completing, or in history you can expect 1922 related to some event, something they can ask. Okay, so 75th year of independence very important, so that is why India is also going to host in 2022. First meeting held in Berlin in 1999 and hosted by Germany and Canada. Okay, see the next is what is the objective of the G20, why the G20 members are coming together and they form the association. See, the first is studying, reviewing, and promoting the high level discussion on policy issues pertaining to the promotion of international financial stability. See, how to understand and keep remember is financial stability. That's enough. Okay, financial stability. See, G20, most of the countries are, developing countries. Okay, or most of the countries means in the edge of, many countries are there who are there in the edge, like they can become a developed countries in the coming years. Okay, but still now they are the part of G20 because still the criteria of developing countries they are following. So first, the G20 countries are coming together because always they are facing the financial crisis. For example, now this is the pandemic disease, okay, which is spreading all over world, and now every countries are going to face the financial instability. Now, how to help each other? If other developing countries are suffering from their population, are suffering from hunger and they are suffering from poverty, how to keep together, how to bring together and bring uh, the help, how to do the help of the other country. This is the main motive. So the objective is financial stability. Then the balance of payment problem. Now we are buying petrol, we are buying crude oil, we are buying all other things which are we are not able to manufacturing in our country. Like India, other countries are also depend on more on import than on export. How to keep remember is, see, developed countries are those countries who are exporting more and who are importing less. That is why they are able to their financial positions is very good, and due to the financial positions they are treated it as a developed country. Now India also importing more and exporting less, so there is a possibility that the balance of payment problems can become. Okay, and in that scenario all other countries should come up and they should help each other. This is the objective. So the common thing you can keep remember, like keep remember the India's always fit here in G20 India, and see that what are the issues are there India is facing. So these are can be the objectives, because in exams they can give you 4 3 5 objective, and in that one objective would not be there, but you cannot differentiate that whether this objective is a part of G20 or not. So that is why I am not only teaching you, I am giving you how to handle the question in your exam as well. So financial stability India is facing. Balance of payment crisis also India had in 1991. That is why we have globalized our currency, and we become the globalized country. Before that it was a very closed economy for India. And turmoil on financial market. You know that always there is a fluctuation in the financial market, and by improve the coordination of monetary, fiscal and financial policy. So these are the things that, see, these are the lines: improve coordination of monetary, fiscal, which, what are the fiscal policy, what is the monetary policy? See, the fiscal policy, okay, it is handled by government, For example, making the rules and regulations that what should be our export, what should be import, and monetary policy is a deal by the central bank of any other country. For example, we have a RBI. So there is a difference, okay? Always keep remember, fiscal is a word related to government, monetary is a word related to RBI. There's no same. Don't think that both are deal by the RBI. It is deal by RBI, it is deal by government and financial policies. Okay, so these are the objective of G20 country. And the member is, see, the member of the G20 consists of 19 individual country plus European Union. We have seen, no, European Union is a part of even United Nations, G20, G7, and all one more country was there. Okay, so the member of G20 consists of 19 individual countries. By single 19 countries are there, and European Union is also as a part. The 19 countries are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China. See, if you are reading like this, it will not be, you cannot remember. See the countries which is nearby, which is not there. It is a very easy to highlight it. See, India is there. Okay, you can find it. Which are the country which is not there? Korea is there, Turkey, UK, United States. See, United States are there, but they are just coming to keep an eye on every other country. That is why. The European Union is represented by European Commission and by European Central Bank. See, European Union representing not by the country or by all other European countries, but it is a European Commission is there by the European Union, and one bank is there known it as a European Central Bank, which it is an association of all other countries of European Union. Okay, so they are also having the one, their central bank is there, their parliament is there, they have a own currency. So the European Union is represented by the European Commission and European Central Bank. So these are the country which is the part. Normally, as I understood, they will not ask with the country's name, but they will ask with the objective of this country, because G20 countries are more, 20 countries are there. So might be they will go with the objectives. Okay. So the objective, keep remember the what are the objectives can be there for the India. The same objective can be there for the G20 some other summit as well. Okay. So the next is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This was also a news. So this is the map. These are the countries. We'll see that which are the country. Then we'll come back to the map. This we can call it as a SCO, okay, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And you know that Shanghai is a place in China. So what is the background is, recently this summit happened, okay, that is why it was in the news. So the countries of SCO adopted by Bishkek Declaration. See, it's very important in your notes. Keep remember and keep write down about this declaration alone, like Shanghai. See how to keep remember this. Already there is a lot of declaration. You will get confusion. So keep remember here I. And here is also I. Shanghai and Bishkek I. Because we have to keep remember, there is no other way. Keep on remember this kind of trick. Then only it will help you. And you also don't know that the 2 marks it is going to help you in your exam. In your clearing prelims as well. The countries of Shanghai Cooperation adopted by Bishkek Declaration in 19th as such as that is Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit recently held in Kyrgyzstan, capital Bishkek. Okay, so this is the Bishkek is the Kyrgyzstan capital, and this declaration is associated with SCO. Okay, and the headquarters is in Beijing. See, two organization is there in which China has a headquarter. One is SCO and another is going to come. But here in Shanghai, the headquarter is Beijing. Okay, keep remember this. It is headquarter is in China, but it is not in some other state of China. Sorry, some other means one also city is there. We'll see that later. One other declaration is also will come. So keep remember, SCO headquarters is in China, that is Beijing. political, economic and military organization. This is the political, economic and military organization by this country, and it is a permanent intergovernmental international organization. See, why I'm again and again saying that intergovernmental, because some organization can be an NGO formed. Okay, it is not related to any government of that particular country, but here this kind of organizations are coming together by government. Okay, the government of that particular country, they are coming together, and they are, it is a formal organizations, we can say. They are dealing with political, economic and military organization. There is an informal summit, or there will be an informal organization as well. The informal organizations cannot be coming, and presenting their agenda on the, when they are meeting. Informal summit or informal organizations, uh, they can meet, but they will not be having the one fixed agenda. For example, like political, economic or military, like that they will not be, which will be there for the urgent importance. They will come together and they will discuss in the informal organizations or informal summit. But here the government is related. Every year this meeting is happened by these countries, and they are coming and they're discussing with political, economic and military organizations. Okay, they'll discuss about this area. See, there is a Shanghai Five. First, this is China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and Tajikistan. First, it was a Shanghai Five when it came into existence. That was this was Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. Okay, this is Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and China. These were the 5 countries first they came up in 1996. Okay, and then in 2001 Uzbekistan joined. So in the statement, if they will ask you the what are the recent joined countries, so please remember Uzbekistan came later. It was first 5 countries who came together for SCO. Fine. So Uzbekistan joined the grouping and it was named as a C. So this was a, after this only this name changed to Shanghai Corporation. And this is Shanghai is in China, but this is headquarter is in Beijing city of China. And currently, which has a 8-member state, that is one here 5 plus 6 was there, and 2 joined. Okay, this together first it was a 5, then 1 joined, that was Uzbekistan. Then recently India and India and Pakistan also joined it, and it made to 8-member. Now these are the countries. Please keep remember here which are not a part. They are on the part. Okay, they are on the part, but here other countries would be there who are not the part. Please keep remember that which are the country which is not the part of SCO. And recently India and Pakistan joined it, so that is why it has become a 8 state. Now there is a 4 other country which having the observer status. Before joining the full-time member in SCO, India and China was observer state. Okay, then they got the this one full-time member in 2017. So now Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia are still there in a observer status. So these 4 are there. Please keep remember Afghanistan, they have not included China. So how to keep ABIM? Okay, Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia. See, Iran is also there, Mongolia is also there. So they are the observer. How to keep remember? Iran and Mongolia is there in the opposite side. They are keeping eye on the SCO, but they are not a member. Like that you can keep remember. So Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia, they are seeing them, but they are not entering. They are not getting permission to enter in the association. So they are straight away, they are sitting at far and they are seeing it. So Belarus, Mongolia, Iran and Afghanistan are observer status. Okay, so you can keep remember, and keep remember Bishkek Declaration and who are the members recently. See, here also 8 letter is there. Okay, 8 letter is there. So you can keep remember 8 letter with 8 members. Very, very good hint. You can keep remember like this. Otherwise, the statement will come. Many others will be there. Other international organizations you will forget. So keep remember like this trick. Shanghai 8 letter, 8 member. Okay.